unusual, unique, don't have a second drama that's in any way like this one. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where Jen can good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 对手 Enemy is a 37-episode drama that has finished airing. End of 2021, too many things going on at the same time, and I only got to talk about this drama. Now, I did watch the entirety of the 37 episodes. This drama is done by Ai Qi-yi, directed by Lu Lunchang, led by Guo Jingfei, Tan Zhuo, Yan Bingyan, Ning Li. It is written by a scriptwriter named Wang Xiaoqiang, who is mostly known for writing novels previously. The drama started shooting 2 years ago now, if you count the year number, October 2020, and it aired on iQIYI and CCTV middle of December last year. A couple of days after it started airing, because of how well it was performing, CCTV, China Central Television, gave the slot it originally intended for Snow Sword Stride to Enemy. It's a very cruel and practical world we live in. It is a contemporary espionage drama that just doesn't look like an espionage drama at all. It talks about a group of central characters who are all middle-aged people living very normal life, but they all have secret identities, which is they're spies. Across the channel, living in mainland China, although it has never been super explicit about who are the other side, but hey, if you know anything about China, you know where it's pointing at. It's being very obvious but not explicit. From what I can read on internet about the creation of this story coming from the scriptwriter, which is a real case that did happen and got publicized in 2018 in China. That is about a spy case that broke a ring of over 100 spies, which is pretty crazy. And he said what surprised him was first how many people it involved and how normal these people look like, and then how little they got paid for doing their spy work. So that inspired him to write a script that took him 3 years to complete. And then we get this drama, 对手. Unfortunately, I will have to tell you, I don't have a rating for this drama. Parts of it is good, so good that it deserves 3 gold lines. And then some aspects of this story is just so confusingly bad. I can't just simply arrive at a middle point and say because it has really good parts and really bad parts, therefore it's an average. Like, it doesn't really tell you at all about this drama. On the positive end, first, it's a very high quality production. iQIYI's standard is rather high. You really can take this drama and compare it with any Chinese dramas. Good ones, really good ones, and it wouldn't shine in any aspects. Integration of music, designing of shots, camera work, pacing, editing, acting, it's all very good. Second, the most important thing, and I think everybody who's watched this drama and said good things about it would agree, great acting, casting choices, wow. For Guo Jingfei, Tan Zhuo, Yan Bingyan, Ning Li as the 4 main middle-aged characters in this drama, they really are the strongest middle-aged cast of 2021. If you're playing a game and then you think of those 4 characters as 4 roles you can pick to play, and they would have all those ability drawn out as a graph, average out all their abilities, they probably create the strongest middle-aged ensemble cast of last year. Each of them is award-winning good, ace class, best of the best of their age range. And when they come together, it's like such a great show. Guo Jingfei, very familiar to a lot of people. He's been in Zhengwu Yangguang Productions, he's been in films, he has done so many varieties of roles, and he's definitely the type of not relying on the good looks actors, but purely on how good an actor he is. He plays this middle-aged man married to a wife who's also a spy. He is a spy, drives a taxi, has a super rebellious daughter, just doesn't want to listen to the parents at all, struggling to survive. At the same time, has to do spy works, a life that makes him lose his shape. When he was younger, he was much, more toned and strong. Now, he's still very capable, but he realizes he doesn't have money. He's getting fatter, and it's like 鱼欢水. Lesser painful 余欢水, lesser black comedy 余欢水, but then having all the rather terrible middle life problems as Yu Huanshui does. And he just was so accurate in his performance of that character. Tan Zhuo plays the wife of his, also a spy, who is a middle school teacher. And she used to be the super pretty, sassy woman, powerful lady and spy when she was younger. I mean, now she's in middle age, but she's still sexy and pretty. Yet, she is slipping into this complaining, whining woman because as a teacher, she couldn't just sort out her own child. Then she doesn't have money. She cannot afford buying things she wants to, like the luxury brands. She worries constantly about how to make the financial status of the family better. And she's running into like thyroid problem, which I've had. If you've been my long-term audiences, you know. And she feels like, I can't control my emotion. My life is shit. I don't have enough money. I have to face my daughter who doesn't want to listen to me. Everything is crackling in my life, and then I have to do spy work and I don't get paid. I constantly go and ask for money, but I don't get sponsored at all. Then you have Yan Bingyan, who is national security, who is a team leader, who is a very good anti-spy Chinese national security agent. But her private life is also breaking down in pieces. She has probably the best husband you can hope for, who really loves her, who is doing all the traditionally woman's job at home, taking care of the child they have, because she's so busy, she never is at home. 10 days. She goes home for one night, that type of life. And he's on the brink of, I have to divorce you. I cannot continue living like this. But I still love you so much that every time we come together, I just give up on divorcing you. And this couple and their son also, it's just so well played out and written too. And then you have Ning Li, who is kind of the leader of the spies, who has known the Guo Jingfei and Tan Zhuo's characters since they were very young. He's the more on the side, just doing a spy job, and you don't know much about his personal life. He doesn't have a family, he doesn't have other things. He just is the single man, but who is the leader and who is very cunning, very clever, master of all the espionage techniques, and probably the worst guy among them all. They have so many highlight scenes between them, whether it's on the daily life side of things that you can totally watch as a domestic drama, or on espionage side. They're all just so well written and acted out. It is their acting and certain plot that are award-winning level, both storytelling wise and acting wise. Then it does provide a couple of really good supporting roles, such as Jiao Gang, who plays Huo Chuanlu, a very interesting middle-aged guy I'm gonna talk more about later, and then He Landou, the young actress who plays the rebellious daughter of our main couple. Great future for the young actress, and surprisingly stunning performance from the actor. Then the final great thing about this drama is it is such a rare drama. Whenever you hear about spy drama in Chinese drama, then immediately goes to Republic of China time, right? Because that's the time where all political powers are trying to kill each other. The natural breeding ground for this type of story. If you go further back, you go to Three Kingdoms wartime, obviously many kingdoms, many spies, and we have a drama coming up, hey, this year probably. Looking forward to that one. Those are the type of spy drama you think of when you think of Chinese dramas immediately. But the contemporary spy drama set in 2021, where is the other one that you can think of? There isn't one. Naturally, there's a lot of red tapes you can imagine for a script like this and for a production like this to actually pass censorship and get made. The contemporary spy for most of the Chinese audiences, when they think about that, it will probably end up like 007. The Western style, the posh car, pretty girls jumping off a bridge, stop atomic bomb exploding, that level spy story. Yet this is a contemporary one that seems to have so many red tapes, but it's talking about such mundane spy works. The most of the things they do is go somewhere and put a secret camera, record somebody telling people, steal documents mostly. That's like as far as they would push the spy element. But doesn't mean it's not exciting. Some sequences are super clever and exciting and nice to watch with great pacing and everything. And then most of the other things are focused on, even when they are spies, they can go out and beat people down and kill people and they're very skilled. There's nothing they can do about their poor living conditions. They're just like every other middle-aged person who doesn't have much money, who has all kinds of family problems, health problems, financial problems. So it has that very weird mixture of spy story, but also domestic family life story. Unusual, unique. Don't have a second drama that's in any way like this one. And you're constantly basically jumping between these two and getting a blast out of it. Then let's talk about what's not so good about this drama and why I can't give it a rating. The parts that it has problems are just really, really problematic. First thing, it has clearly a group of characters and a group of characters. The middle-age range actors played by those actors I've just mentioned, they're so good. In comparison, the younger generation, apart from the daughter character, they just fall short too much. This group of characters either didn't get really good treatment from the scriptwriter, didn't write them really good storylines and characters, or their acting is lacking. They're all buzzkills for this entire drama. Whenever you get excited about Guo Jingfei and Tan Zhuo, and then it cuts to the younger people, you're like, oh, come on. Double speed. It just destroys the overall pacing and engaging quality of the storytelling. Honestly, if I were scriptwriter, I'll pretty much cut out all those young people's stories, particularly Zhang Yue's line. It's just like no need to exist at all. In terms of unnecessary characters, I'll go as far as to say there is a character I love very much. The actor is great, but I would have cut him out if I were the scriptwriter. For the overall performance of the drama, played by Jiao Gang, the Huo Chuanlu character. I don't want to spoil it for you. His character is so interesting. He will show up very early on in the storytelling, but his importance wouldn't really become obvious until much later. This actor has been in many dramas, and he often plays those not so good characters. So when he first showed up, and he did show up as a not so good character, I was like, it's that actor who just always does this type of roles. But later I realized he has more important roles, and his character gets the development and becomes so much more interesting. If you isolate him as a fictional creation, he's such an interesting role, and the scriptwriter really write this role very well. And the actor is phenomenal. On many occasions, I feel he even outshined the main four actors, but his plotline really should exist in an individual story that's not in this one. Like, he deserves his own script and own drama. But he takes too much time, too much attention. It slows down the main plot so much, divert my attention so much. On one hand, I love the performance, I love this role. I was surprised and stunned by how well written and well played and interesting middle-aged man. Most interesting middle-aged man character I've seen last year. On the other hand, for 对手 enemy, this particular drama, he doesn't need to be there. So this drama has a lot of unnecessary characters, unnecessary plot that can totally get cut out. This is a 37 episode drama. If it's 20 episodes, removing all those redundancy, it's gonna be a 3 gold mine drama. It's like diamonds mixed with shit, and they're all together. So like, how are you gonna rate this pool of things? So the third thing is, with that redundancy and towards the end, a lot of the logic things starts to fall, or I feel the script has given up to figure out all the details. They just rush to the end. Maybe it's also due to censorship. A lot of things gets changed and cut, so it doesn't link together anymore. I can't tell what's the reason for it to end up like that. Pretty much past halfway point as you're watching this drama, you're gonna have to double speed, triple speed through it. I haven't met yet a person who's gone through 37 episodes and managed to sit through every minute and be happy about it. It's like you watch an episode, you feel, oh, it should end now. Maybe in 2 episodes the story is gonna end. And then you check, there's like another 15 episodes afterwards. And you're like, what? You have that much more to say? One of the reasons that things can end up like this is, for a drama like this, quality costs money. So if they don't make it long enough, they're not gonna make even when they sell the drama. And that's one of the things that can explain why it has watered down characters, unnecessary things that gets added in to drag down the pacing, because they need it to be fatter. They need it to be 40 episodes instead of 20. Why can't we just focus on those 4 characters and maybe just adding the daughter character in? That would be enough to be a super exciting story and unique one. unique and exciting. Now we have this odd thing that has like a golden head attached to a straw body. At least I did get something out of this drama that was enjoyable. That's how I'm gonna comfort myself with the time I've spent on this drama. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.